Good morning friends, welcome to the video series lectures on soil mechanics. This is lecture number 2. Today we are going to discuss the remaining part. Yesterday what we have seen is how the soil is formed from the rock. This is rock and this is soil particles are formed from the parent rock. What is happening in between means this rock is undergoing a physical change and chemical change due to atmosphere, that is weathering action. Later what happened is transportation will take place. What is transportation? What are the small deposits of the rock will undergo small change and deposits will be carried by the wind and water. So these act as transportation agencies. Wind and water. Weathering, transportation. What water will do? Flowing water will have energy and it will take down the soil particles and deposit at one place. That is deposition. All the deposits can come collectively rise at one place called upheaval. So this is the geological cycle that is happening between these two processes. From rock to soil particles, that is happening. What is happening in between is weathering action is taking place inside the rock. Later transportation of the deposits by the wind and water, and they are depositing near the bed, seabed or water, and then later upheaval. Now we can see water deposits. Again, these water deposits are of three types. Water deposits are of three types. First one is alluvial deposit. Alluvial deposit means deposit of soils near river beds. Second one is lacustrine deposit. Lacustrine deposit means deposit of soil in the lake, near lake beds. And the third one is marine deposit, that is near the sea. Like that, soils are formed from at different places due to the wind and water. These act as mainly transportation agencies. And second one is alluvial deposit. Alluvial deposit means the deposits of soils carried by wind deposit. You can say wind deposits or alluvial deposits. And third one is colluvial soils. Colluvial deposit. So because of gravity, these deposits are formed. Generally this occurs in the slopy area, in the mountainous area, gravity deposits. So these are called colluvial deposits. These are the important questions asked in GATE and competitive examinations. Other things are not required. Just what is geological cycle, weathering, later transportation, later deposition, later upheaval. And later what is the water deposit, river deposit, lake deposit, marine. These are can be asked in the match the following in IES exam. This is chapter number 1 on soil mechanics. And in the second unit, we are going to see soil as a three-phase material. Soil as a three-phase material. Phase diagram or phase representation of a soil. This is the phase representation of soil. These are the soil solids. This is water. And it is air. All soil relationships in engineering we express in terms of two important relationships. First one is weight relationship. And second one is volumetric relation or volume relation. All the properties of soil are expressed in these two terminologies, weight relation and volume relation. This is weight of soil solids, WS, we represent like this. Weight of water. Weight of air, considerably negligible, we neglect it. So total weight is equal to weight of soil solids plus weight of water. Next, in terms of volumetric relation, total volume is volume of air plus volume of water plus volume of soil solids. These are the weight volume relationships of soil. Next, going to the properties. First property is unit weight of soil. Unit weight of soil. What is unit weight? Unit weight is represented by a symbol called gamma. Gamma is weight by volume. Gamma is total weight by total volume. Weight we can represent in terms of kg and meter cube, or in Newton per meter cube, or you can convert ton per meter cube, or gram per cc. All representations are same because we can convert from one unit to another, MKS unit, SI unit, like FPS unit. All these are units representation. Second one, dry unit weight of soil. Dry unit weight of soil represented by gamma D. In the three-phase diagram, if we see, this is air, this is water, and this is soil solids. Now water is not there here. Dry means lacking of water. Gamma D is Ws by E. Bulk or total unit weight. Bulk unit weight or total unit weight both are same. Gamma D is Ws by V. This is an important parameter in soil mechanics. Gamma D is important in all calculations of soil mechanics. Next, soil properties. Soil properties. First property is void ratio, or we generally people call voids ratio or void ratio. Both are same. Some textbooks it is written voids ratio or void ratio. Foreigners, American authors use voids ratio and Indian authors use void ratio. It is represented by the symbol E. E is equal to volume of voids by volume of solids. By volume of solids. It is VV by Vs. Second one is porosity, represented by symbol N. Porosity is represented by symbol N. Volume of voids to total volume. Third one is degree of saturation. Degree of saturation, represented by the symbol SR or S. Both are used. SR, SR. Volume of water to volume of voids. This is property of soil. Third property. And fourth property is specific gravity. Fourth property is specific gravity. Specific gravity is represented by the symbol G. It is also known as relative density. Gamma S by gamma W. This is specific gravity. Fifth one is water content. Water content represented by the symbol W. All these are properties of the soil only. Water content W is weight of water by weight of soil solids only. Again, the same water content is used in environmental engineering also. In environmental engineering, in case of sludge calculations, we take water content as weight of water to total unit weight. But this is not same in soil mechanics. This is in environmental engineering we can consider like this. In sludge calculations, to find the amount of sludge, eutrization of sludge. This is water content. Next one, specific gravity, water content. And next property is gamma sat. Gamma sat means saturated unit weight. Saturated unit weight of soil. Same as bulk unit weight. Same as bulk unit weight. But in saturated stage. But in saturation stage. Means completely filled with water, that's all. Same as bulk unit weight but in saturation stage. Next, submerged unit weight, gamma dash. Submerged unit weight. gamma dash is equal to gamma sat minus gamma w, or approximately some books give gamma dash is gamma sat by 2. In approximately in 1 mark questions in IES, we can say gamma dash is half of gamma sat. That's all. So these are the different properties of soils. Next, we have to derive some relationships to understand this subject better. Real subject starts from now only, because to understand this subject we need derivation of some relationships. Derivation of relationships between the properties. So what we have seen today is different properties we have seen. Now we are deriving the relationship between the two properties. First relationship is derive ES is equal to WG. Derive ES is, we have seen what is E, void ratio, S, degree of saturation, SR, W is water content, G is specific gravity. Now in this derivation, you can take any one variable and express in terms of other. Generally if you see textbooks are very confusing. They don't give you real representations like this. If you see any textbook, you will be confused. But simply I am deriving this without any problem. Take one variable in this derivation and express in terms of other. That's all. Very simple. E is volume of voids to volume of solids. E is volume of voids to volume of solids. We know that gamma is W by V. We know that from the earlier relationship, gamma is W by V. V is W by gamma. From this we can write like this. Or anything you can write. Or you can do one thing. To express E in terms of like this, VV by Vs. And later S is VW by VV. W is WW by WS. And G is gamma S by gamma W. We know all the relations. We know all these relations. Now we have to express ES is equal to WG. We have to prove like this. We have to express one variable in terms of other variable. Have to express one variable in terms of another variable. Firstly, we start with water content. W is equal to WW by WS. Weight of water by weight of soil solids. We know that W is equal to gamma into V. Gamma is W by V. So W is equal to gamma W into VW by gamma S into Vs. We know that G is gamma S by gamma W. So this is 1 by G into VW by Vs. 1 by G into VW by Vs. S is equal to VW by VV. S is equal to VW by VV. We also want to know about S. W and G are completed. So W is equal to 1 by G into VW by VV into VV by Vs, like this. Multiply and divide with VV. W is equal to 1 by G into VW by VV is S. VV by Vs is E. Wg is equal to Se. Wg is equal to Se.